Hey, Shaheem. What's good? Happy Friday. Hey, Just Be the Light. What go on? What go on? Hey, Queen Maya. Goddess. Hey, Dwarlings. That part. That part. That's the whole joint. Gotta get your rest up. You gotta know when to sit down. Hello, Tori.
Mommy, you were supposed to be making my water.
I'm not making no water. You gonna stop acting like you can't walk through this house. You live here. Close the door. Go get what you want out the fridge. You the king. Be the king. 1 second, because they always leave my door open. Go in the refrigerator and be the king. All right, well, close the door on the way up. Please, sir.
Yeah.
Little man be acting crazy, okay? He be acting like he can't walk through his own house. I be like, what is...
Juice?
Yes, there's juice. Wait, which one is that?
Oh, no.
No, you don't want that. It's nasty.
It is?
Yes.
What is it?
Yeah, brother called himself mixing Sprite and cranberry, and I don't think he did it wrong. It's supposed to be salsa water and cranberry, not Sprite. It's supposed to be like a fruit cocktail, but he screwed that up royally. Well, I am technically still off. So I just got on here because I had to break down the changes to the membership site because it seemed to be a little bit of confusion. So I just wanted to explain to everybody what was going on. That way nobody would be being offended or thinking I'm trying to move like a funny duddy, because you know we don't do that. So this is what's going on. As you know, I got folks running around who don't like I, for whatever reason. Don't make me lie to you, because I couldn't begin to tell you none of these adults have ever addressed me straight up. So, you know, it's a lot of trolling that carries on online, but there's also trolling and malicious shit that goes on offline. You know. What are you doing? Wow. Oh. Hold on, y'all. Move. Move. That way. This way. If I wanted everybody to be looking at you, I would have put you on the camera myself. Here.
Mm-hmm.
2 hands. You got it?
Mm-hmm.
Tiptoe. Don't spill. You got it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Be careful. Watch where you're going. So, you know, so I had to put some extra precautions in place to protect my business and the people that interact with my business. So what's going on is I have a verification company that is reviewing all profiles. So if you opened up a little profile at my community site and your profile is missing pertinent information, then what's going on is the profile is being blocked, and they give you 48 hours to update the information via email or via text message, which they still allowed me to just forward one of my numbers to them. That way I don't have to, you know, try to distribute a brand new number. So that's pretty much what's going on. And unfortunately, that's just how it's going down, you know. I can't tell you why it's happening, who's doing it. I can just tell you that it's being done. And so that I don't have to have an uncomfortable experience. And I don't have to give my folks an uncomfortable experience. Outside of that, you know, I don't have to, you know, cause irritation when I'm booking, when y'all are booking with me. I'm just like, you know what, I'm going to just do this part while I'm on break. That way it's not interfering with anything that's being booked. Now, I will say everybody will not pass. And if your ass don't pass, your ass is grass. Literally. That simple. But it's all love. But that's what's going on. You know, the haters is turned up. And all I can say is bless these little cotton picking little hearts. You know, and I hope that whatever energy they putting out trying to tarnish business for me, or tarnish how I feed my children because I don't do no lying, I hope, you know, that's made them feel better. Because, you know, I get on my regular shit, but, you know, I'm still me. Now, didn't I just tell folks to close the door? Poopy-doo! Are you down here or you gone? I guess he's gone. Ugh. My eye has been bothering me all day. For some reason or another, it's driving me crazy. But how y'all doing, though? How's y'all Friday going? What's been going on since I've been gone? What do I need to be looking into when I get back? I got my pencil. I'm taking notes. Hi, T-Wall. How are you? I got some messages on my Instagram. You know, a lot of things have been coming to light. I'm glad I'm not online for the drama right now. Hopefully by the time I get back, it be done cooled the hell down. Hey, Caroline. How are you? Yeah, though. Sis been going through some shit. So I'm just handling my business, you know. I'm here, though. Y'all got my number. Y'all can always kick it. Y'all can always call. Y'all can always check up on me. Ain't no celebrity hostility shit over here. You know, I keep it real regular. Everybody calls. Everybody checks in, you know. We keep it regular. Yeah, this is a good time to catch up. I got some old classic joints in the city. You know, in the city. Yeah. Yeah, I just been doing a pop-up. I've been doing a pop-up. You know, it's a lot of shit going on, you know, that I ain't with none of it, to be honest with y'all. There's a lot of spiritual mischievousness going on. You know, a lot of mishandling of the ancestors going on these platforms that, you know, I ain't for it. This is one of the reasons why I always stress to y'all the importance of kind of like protecting yourselves, you know, having y'all white candles, having y'all sage, having y'all heads wrapped, you know, making sure that y'all say y'all own prayers before y'all hop on these spots. Because there's a lot of shit carrying on that, you know, I don't really talk about because I don't really want to breathe life into the shit. But at the same time, you know, y'all my peoples. And so You know, I may not breathe life into the specifics, but I will be one to tell you how to protect your energy so that, you know, you can enjoy these platforms and still be in a spiritual safe zone. You feel me? Thank you, C Young 90. My eye is really on fire. I don't know how I got allergies in the snow. It's like, what the hey is going on? I don't know. Thank you, Reasonable Son. I appreciate it. I missed it, y'all. You know. Y'all know I might stay away from sometime, but if y'all see I'm low, it's definitely a reason behind it. Like, for real. I know, you know, when to fall back and when to be up here. Cause I know how folks coming. You know? Me either, cause growing up I didn't have growing up I did not have allergies, for real. I really didn't. I never had to take allergy medicine, never had itchy eyes, watery nose. Like, I can't get jiggy with this shit. I cannot get used to it whatsoever. But I hope y'all gathering the receipts for me that I'll be missing, you know. I'm turning my Instagram into my personal little receipt book. You know. We don't talk about it. We just show receipts. Jasmine Sky, hello. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm on top of that. Absolutely. Let me tell y'all something about the whole head covering concept, right? So y'all kind of understand why I be telling y'all to do it. So y'all know that colors carry its own vibration. So the light colors carry the higher vibration, where the dark colors kind of carry the lower vibration, correct? So when you covering your head and you trying to deflect negativity, or, you know, people trying to control the aura, which is your subconscious mind, you're going to use light colors like light pinks or purple or white or yellows. Yeah, like light colors, right? Those are the colors that you're going to use. Now, whatever color constitutes protection for you, it's fine. Like, some people may say white. Some people may say purple. You know, whatever color off reflex represents protection for you, then you can even use those colors. You know, and what you doing is you using that color, and in your mind, you saying, you know, I'm putting this on my head to protect my subconscious mind. I'm deflecting anybody trying to cast spells, unwanted spells on me, trying to control my mind, you know, trying to control my energy, trying to sling negative shit at me. Even like when you going to work and you feel like you got negative ass people around you, you know, you could put something light on your head and say, listen, I'm not about to let y'all folks control me today. Like, not today, baby. Not tomorrow neither. You know, it's the power of the mind. The objects that we use, you know, it helps us connect better. That's all, because we physical beings. So it's easier to envision a pencil when you have the pencil right in front of your face. You know what I mean? But once you've looked at this pencil long enough, you can envision every nook and cranny of it forever. You know what I mean? So That's what, like, all of these things are considered logos. A pencil, a freaking cup of coffee. Every time you see the 7-Eleven logo, you know, you're going to think of all this stuff that comes from, that's associated with 7-Eleven. When you see the LV on the belt, you're going to think of all of the things that's associated with LV. You know, when you see kufi, you're going to think of all of the things, like most people, when they see a kufi, they automatically associate it with being Muslim. You know what I'm saying? So that's all these things are, words, are logos. You know what I mean? That's it. The mind only understands symbols and sound. That's it. That's it. Oops. Well, symbol, sound, and, you know, color. We'll say color. We'll add color in there because color is definitely a thing. It definitely is. Hey, Lucy, yeah, this snow is for the birds. It's snow in places where it just don't belong. But if y'all remember, a while ago, I was doing the reading, remember? And we was talking to Prince. And Prince told niggas, get out the way. If y'all go back, I don't think I was doing the reading on Prince necessarily. I think it was on Trump and the topic of Prince came up. But when I did the reading on Michael Jackson, it said the same shit. When I did the reading, when Prince came up in the reading, it said the same shit. Something is not correct here. Okay, we got some kind of off-the-wall shenanigans carrying on. And a lot of us is not picking up on it because of all of the distraction that we deal with when we not busy. And then, you know, when we are busy dealing with work, dealing with kids, dealing with the fact that the schools keep having our kids out, you know, constantly trying to spy on us through these damn school system cameras, aka, you know, big brother homie. You know, it's just a lot of shit going on that people are overlooking because they too busy being stressed out, distracted, and frustrated, and God knows what else they could possibly create for us to continue to create. But this shit is all designed, no cap. And that's why when I get back, we gonna crack smooth into the real concept of the Bible, because the Bible tells exactly what's going on right now, and it also tells you how to maneuver through this shit. All of the holy books do. They tell you how to maneuver for this particular kind of takeover, because it happened already. It happens. It happens. King of Cups. Yo, it's crazy. I was going to call you right before I went live. Then I was like, you know what? No, let me go live first. Because, you know, we be on the phone talk about all kinds of shit. That's my bro for real, y'all. Like, no cap. He is my bro. We be talking about all kinds of shit. Not saying that I'm going to change the overall content of my channel, because I fucks with drill no matter what. You know what I mean? No matter what these goofies try to do to me, I'ma always fuck with drill. Like, I like drill music in general, you know, because just like we are loving, peaceful people, we are people that got anger and frustration and sadness and, you know, all of these things wrapped up in us like a fruit roll-up. And to see these kids have a way to feed their families and shit like that, and do it through art, you know, is dope. The only problem I got with drill right now is that it's been infiltrated like all other things that we create, and it's been turned upside down and put on it another level, another goddamn level that we could have never fathomed, because by nature we are not that. You know what I mean? We are not the monster that these things become. Instead, we just get wrapped up in the raft of the monster that gets awoken by other people who don't understand the backdrop behind our art, you know, behind our music. They don't understand the pain because they the niggas inflicting it. They not the ones on the receiving end, you know? So, you know, you could say drill just literally got infiltrated just like everything else. And infiltrated because they seen that it was profitable, and they not gonna let us profit unless they you know, get to make something off the shit too. And so you always got your minions that's gonna be programmed and controlled, and they gonna be the ones that infiltrate their own people. And that's what you seeing right now. You seeing people being intimidated, locked up, threatened behind the scenes, chased down and hunted behind the scenes, all in the name of infiltration. That's what this is. When we see that, you know, we'll have a better chance of protecting the ones that we do got left. Because we'll know when to feed into certain content and when not to. We'll start asking who's getting rich off of this shit taking place. And when we start to pay attention to the people that's getting rich off of this shit, you know, we'll start being careful about what we allow to spin through the community and what we don't. There's a lot of shit that's about to come to the forefront, and it's coming out slowly but surely, you know. There's a lot of shit coming out that's just solidifying what I said months ago. But, you know, we in the earth, and time is different in our time than it is in the realms of the non-physical. They time move faster than us. So, you know, we may say a year, and a year may be a minute to them. But no matter what, nothing stands still. So whatever's done in the dark always got to come to the light. That's a fact on all levels of life. It don't matter what you is. Poor, rich, you know, spiritual, not spiritual, whatever the case may be. Whatever you do got to come to the light. Yeah, I seen King Rob put a post up in reference to that. Shout out to him, even though, you know, he don't really fuck with us tarot readers. I don't think like that. Like, I don't want to say that for sure because I've never had a conversation with the man. But I feel like, you know, everybody is entitled to their own belief system, and so that I do respect. But at the same time, when somebody doing something right for the community, and you know they got it in their heart to do it, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna take that from nobody. Like, nobody. Because you may not like my method of getting to the bottom of shit, but we both got the same intention. The difference is, you know, that's his environment. That's where he from, you know. That's his home. And so if anybody gonna talk about it, you know what I mean? That's like me being from New York. If anybody gonna talk about it, why not? You know what I mean? AC and J, what's good? I ain't been gone that long, y'all. I only been gone like a week. I'm only in week 1 of the situation. I ain't even been gone that long. Y'all taking this like I've been gone for 6 months. I've been gone for a week. 1 little stinking punk week. But, you know, when you really pulling on energy, you know, that shit is draining. And you got to take some time out to, like, kind of put yourself back in order. Or else your ass will be burnt out, broke down, tore down, and all that. Like, real shit. Like, after I do a reading, I really be exhausted. I really be tired. And I've been doing this shit for almost 2 years straight. starting with from Nipsey all the way through all of the drill rappers, like, and then you know when I warn them and they don't take heed and something happens to them, that shit really bothers me. Like, that shit, I can't even put it into words how that just fucks with my vibration. Like, that shit really bothers the hell out of me, because it's like, yo, you don't have to be a part of my system to believe that I'm telling you some real shit. You know? It's just it's so much shit going on when it comes to this spiritual shit that I don't respect, you know, and I'm just trying to figure out, like, how do I deal with it? So in order to figure that out, sometimes you got to kind of remove yourself from the environment so you could look at everything from the outside looking in, so that you could deal with the shit in a fair manner. Because the reality of it all is there's people on this platform and maybe off this platform who don't want a bitch to keep it in rotation. Real shit. For whatever reasons. I don't even ask, don't care, like, not my problem. This is just what's going down. And so that's what I deal with. Like, folks out here playing with energy, they doing all kinds of wild shit. I ain't with none of that. I don't indulge in none of that. None of that. So sometimes you gotta really, when you going through shit, you gotta look at everything from the bigger picture. Like, is the shit worth the headache or not? And so, you know, you gotta fall back to look at those things. Even in regular life. Some shit we be going through all the time with people in our life, situations in our life, and we never take enough time to just sit back and say, wait, I'm going through mad shit with this person. I'm going through mad shit to hold on to this shit. Is it even worth holding on to? Oh, I'm definitely snowed in, folks. We at, like, I don't even know how many inches of snow, to be honest, at this point. Like, I ain't even gonna lie to you. That's how much damn snow is out there. It's like every time it look like the snow gonna stop, that shit just come back. It really do. You too, T-Ball. Thank you. But let me run this community site situation down. So this is what's going on. As y'all know, people like to book me for readings, and that's fine. But outside of, you know, making sure that you got all your contact information in your profile, to guard my community and to guard myself, it's simple. Okay, you gotta be an approved member if you want to get a reading. Period. If you want to request a celebrity reading, you can request a celebrity reading and don't have to be a community member, but you at least gotta be a free or paid subscriber on YouTube to request a celebrity reading. If you are not a community member and you simply subscribe to YouTube, then you just simply send it in through the email that you could get off of my community site. And when your reading is accepted, when I get it, I look at it, I see what it's about, I check on what I need to check on. If it's accepted, then I send you my PayPal and give you a date when I'm going to post it. And then you Gucci. You send your payment in, and then I do the reading. But, yeah, right now, I just got a situation going on where I got to protect my community as well as myself. So I'm not trying to be difficult or uppity with none of y'all. Y'all know I fuck with y'all. But at the end of the day, I can't control who follow me on these channels. And I can't control that people ain't got shit else better to do than to keep trying to register to my community and cause ruckus. So with that being said, I just had to put some rules in place that was going to have to go in place anyway in order for, you know, Google not to blacklist the damn site. anyway. So that's just what's going on right now. But, you know, if ever there's any confusion, y'all got my number, just straight up call me. That's what everybody else has been doing. Hey, Too Sweet. Hi, Fly Mama. There's a lot of winter going on because the earth is only a reflection of our minds and our vibration. And right now we dealing with a situation where we got a lot of cold hearts and negative ass thinking going on, and it's reflecting. All the earth is a reflection of us. That's it. When we realize that if we draw in beauty and love and equality and life, then that's what the earth is going to give us, because that's going to be our goal every day. But if we out here drilling and killing and, excuse my language, fucking and sucking and being disrespectful and being full of vanity and, you know, all of these things that, you know, has gone on even in the time of Noah, you know, then we gonna cause chaos upon the earth, because we not gonna be focusing and caring about the things that we probably should. You know, right now everybody's mind is focused on the wrong shit, when we got shit changing in the earth with no rational explanation, and we not even focused enough to ask the right questions for the sake of saving our own damn lives at minimum. Thank you, Sheila. Hi, all things cute, boo boo. Yeah, so we gonna start seeing all kinds of disasters take place, but those disasters are changed when the disasters stop taking place within us as a collective. And if they don't, the earth is not gonna allow us to destroy it. God is not going to allow us to destroy the earth. The earth didn't do anything but stand here to provide for us. So, you know, the earth is the mother. The sky is the father. How do you know this? Because as above, so below. So what happens? Precipitation and rain comes out the sky and fertilizes what? The mother, the earth. Just like a man ejaculates into a woman and fertilizes who? The mother, the earth. So, you know, the father is going to protect the mother before it allows a species that it created to destroy it. And, you know, we got some choices, and we keep getting warnings, and we keep getting warnings, and we keep getting warnings, yet we keep doing the same goofy shit. Real, real simple. We got to determine whether we going to elevate as a species, or we going to be so and stuck with the vanity and the hatred and the jealousy and, you know, just the ratchetry of life, the material flesh pleasing behaviors, you know, and are we going to stay there until we destroy ourselves, or cause the earth and the, you know, the overall environment to say, okay, these niggas is a problem, they got to go, we're going to just start over. You know, this ain't the first time this shit happened, and it ain't going to be the last if we don't get it together. The elite know this shit. Why you think they saving, you know, genetic information? Why you think they saving all kinds of information? What do you think all of this AI data collection is for, outside of to control you? Is to make sure that when it's time to start life all over again, start the earth all over again, build these cities again, that they don't lose the information. when it's time to come out the dark ages. Nothing really. I'm just sketching, doodling. Yeah, so that's what's going on. The earth is giving us a warning, like, get your shit together or y'all gonna have a fucking problem. And let me give you a sample of what type of problems y'all gonna be dealing with if y'all don't get it together. And that's what's going on. The energy on the earth is just way too goddamn negative right now, y'all. It really is. When Noah was building his boat and everybody was laughing at him like he was crazy, it wasn't nothing but sex, rock and roll, and mayhem on this motherfucker. And it's the same shit repeating itself. Yep, Shaheem, that's a fact. You know, and those of us who know the secrets or think we know the secrets, we need to stop using the shit for material gain, because the shit gonna bite you in the ass. If you not, you know, of course a teacher is supposed to be taken care of by their community, because in order for that person to teach, they got to be healthy, they got to be well, they got to be fed, they got to have a place to live, they carry knowledge. But if you ain't teaching shit and you using the information to control and to sabotage and to manipulate, your ass gonna have a price to pay for that too. Because that's not what's supposed to happen with great knowledge. Great knowledge is supposed to be used to build, not to control, not to take advantage of, and not to manipulate. So it's a lot of shit going into place. And now it's not even, you know, the big dudes doing it. Now it's the big folks, the rich folks, the poor folks, the in-between folks. Everybody is waking up to certain knowledge. And there's two type of people. There's people that will use it to build the world back up and to pass on to the next generation so they can survive. And then there's selfish, stingy, arrogant, ego-driven people that will use it to gain power over others. AKA this new shit called clout. That's why my new slogan is fuck clout. Truth and facts over here. We don't know nothing about the rest of that shit. Well, this is only the beginning. Shit, when the shit hit the fan, we gonna have to learn how to survive with each other, or else we ain't gonna survive as a species at all. Real shit. People could think it's a game if they want to. When the system crashed down and money ain't a factor and all this other shit, let's see how many people gonna eat off of clout. How many people gonna have a home, a roof over their head? How many people gonna understand herbs and how to live off the land and shit like that? These are things that's important. Damn. I thought I had that down here. I guess not. Nope. Sure don't. Yep, there's a lot of that ego shit going on. But guess what? The ego died with the body, baby. So they can carry that shit wherever they want to. That shit don't mean nothing. The ego is physical. Period. And if ain't no balance in the ego, ain't no balance in the vessel. Real simple. It's not rocket science. That is the ruse. So being that everybody got all of this snow and shit, what is everybody doing? Right. Not a lot of people do have skills to survive, and it's because people were so distracted with the goings-ons in their everyday life and the goings-on in everybody else's life that they don't even realize that something is happening around them. Something is going terribly wrong. They can't see it. They too occupied with shenanigans to see what the hell is really going down around them. That is the whole point of all of the shit that y'all see keep happening, is to keep everybody distracted. If you know, let me give you a prime example. CNN pushes, first of all, CNN is supposed to be a news source. They're not supposed to have an opinion. They're supposed to give you the news. But instead, CNN pushed a narrative, right? That gave everybody a particular perception about who Trump was and what he was. Now, while everybody was listening to that, you know, other shit was being put into place. Laws were being passed that was not for the benefit of the people. It was also that while you were sitting home dealing with COVID and worrying about how you're going to pay your bills, that they changed the credit score from being excellent at 630 points to it having to be 830 points to have excellent credit. At the same time, they dropped your personal credit down God knows what, because nobody could pay their goddamn bills. At the same time that was going on, you know, we had the housing market locked down when the housing market was the lowest that it had been in 100 years. They didn't want nobody buying no houses. They didn't want nobody to have success. People who was passing away and had things to leave to the next generation because of the lack of information and lack of education immediately damn near lost the shit, losing their generational wealth, giving it back to the people who didn't deserve it, right? All this shit going on, vaccines being passed around, all this capping going on, giving you a perception, making you believe one thing and making the wrong choices, the choices that's against your own survival. That's what this shit is about. That's what this shit is about. How you gonna pay attention to what's going on around you when you can't pay your bills? When you don't know how you're gonna feed your kids? You know? When you in a constant state of being worried, like there's no way in hell you gonna be able to keep up with what's really going on. Not that you don't care, but you being distracted. And then when you finally get some relaxed time, you don't want to be worried. So you're not looking to see what's going wrong in your world. Instead, we get on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and we look for content to keep us distracted. The majority, especially the young folks. You know, knowledge is not free. Going to school, getting a prestigious college degree, that shit ain't free. You know, and our knowledge is not free. It has to be, first off, sought after and looked for and studied extensively. You know, whatever that thing is, whether it's the healthcare field, whether it's child care, you know, whether it's technology, whatever it is, it has to be law, it has to be studied extensively, because everything in this earth runs on the same set of principles. But in order to understand the principles, you have to master a thing. It don't have to necessarily be religion. It could be science. It could be medicine. It could be, you know, natural medicine. Whatever it is that you whatever you finally have a full and complete and total understanding of, you'll be able to match that information up with the Bible, the universe, your health, your environment, all that. And you'll start to see that that saying, as above, so below, is real. And there ain't nothing new under the sun. That shit real. These are things they don't want you to know. The universe is an open catalog of existences and experiences that we all create for ourselves, depending on what we visualize the world to be. If we visualize the world to be poverty, then we're going to always be surrounded by poverty. If we visualize the world as a beautiful place, then eventually every day that we're doing something, we're going to work towards being in that environment, because that's what we truly desire. But when you picking up on other people's desires via these shows and you don't never get an opportunity to sort out in your mind what it is that you actually desire for yourself and for your own happiness. And instead you find yourself in competition with people that don't even really live the lives that they promote to you online. Real shit. It's only a handful of these motherfuckers that really live like how they saying and how you see. When the cameras go off, them stacks of bread go back to their manager. They manager take it back to the record label. The record label put it back in the bank. Promotion's over. Real shit. They spending up money left and right, sure. But once they get ready to really pay attention to the particulars of their business, all of that money they spent, they got to pay it back. The devil don't give you shit for nothing for free. So it look cute now until they got to pay the devil back. You know? Oh yeah, you definitely lucky. Definitely lucky. Mm-hmm. Like my aunt used to tell me when I was growing up. Believe half of what you hear and none of what you see. Now, that may not have been exactly how life was in that time, but I'll vouch for it. That's what life is in this time, right now. Half of what you hear and none of what you see. You know, if a person is saying, you know, they know about something and they speaking to you about it, how you test a person's knowledge? Tell them to teach it. Tell them to put it in a form that anybody can understand, because if you tell a person to teach what they speaking to you about, it will prove whether they have full knowledge and full range of knowledge. You only can teach a thing if you fully understand a thing. Period. Anybody can regurgitate some shit that they read in a book or read online or whatever. Everybody can't teach a thing. Because just because you read something online don't mean you have a full understanding of it. You just regurgitating. As far as I'm concerned, right now we in a time where nobody can be You can't believe nobody unless they can teach what they speaking of to another person who has zero knowledge on the thing. That's how I deal with people. You can't tell me shit. I'm not even taking in your information unless you prove it to me that you've mastered the thing that you're talking about. Otherwise, my ears ain't got time for that shit. And you could do that for anybody in any profession that try to tell you something. Say, all right, well, if that's so, then explain it to me in a way that I can understand it. As soon as they start stumbling over their words, game over. Babu. You're bluffing. You're regurgitating some shit that you done heard somewhere or done read somewhere. Ain't even fact check the shit. Just want to sound smart. Hey, Slap 4K. Who? Playboy Cardi. Whoever y'all request through the celebrity request link, you know, I'ma do it. Unless there's a reason why I can't do it. Then I'ma just refund the money and tell you to pick somebody else or tell you that I can't do it. But the way I got it set up, unless you already a member, I'm not even taking your money until I say, all right, I'm good with doing it. Okay, so go your butt over there and submit it. You still got to submit it through the celebrity form because the reason why the form is there is because it helps me keep it in order. I don't like skipping people. So when y'all put it through the form, I get it in the order. You know, everybody's reading is in the order that I received it. That way nobody gets skipped. Other than that, it'll be people who done put their request in and then they fuck around and get skipped. And now I'm going to be looking like the bad guy. So, you know, I got to have some order in the court. And y'all know my memory shot the shit. Anyways. Oh, God. My son got me so tired because it was his birthday today, y'all. Woo. There was a lot going on around this hole. I ain't even about to lie to you. Am I missing anything? I don't know. I get my mama headphones. Yeah. I'm running up a storm, folks. I'm getting old. You know you're doing bad when you're yawning and you drink coffee. Thank you. Yeah, he think he a little grown man and stuff. Because he got a little mustache and stuff. And you know, these teenagers, they be too much for the world. Screw TV, just for everybody. They just too much. Period. Now it's cold down here. Ooh. See, now it's cold. I don't like that. Ooh. Hey.
I just got into bed.
Oh, that's so nice of you, but it's cold as hell. Hey, and you got the air conditioner on? He's crazy. What is he on for with the AC on? He tweaking. Kesey. Look at this dude. Look. He done stole a slipper. Look at him. Ratchet. He looking at me like, bitch, what is you looking at? This dog is nuts. I just ran up on the dog. Holmes was looking at me like, bitch, if you don't get that camera out my face, I will rag and drag you. Damn, my back hurt a little bit. Oh, there you go. Hey, Kelsey.
That's a big ass cake.
Word.
Like, what the fuck is that?
I don't know where he thought dude was at the club.
Like 5 layers.
Holmes is having and that shit thick as hell.
Yeah. And what the fuck color is that? Blue, gray?
Blue, gray, and white, I think.
Lord have mercy.
MGD colors. You already know. Oh my God. My back. You know. But anyway, I'm about to take my tired old AWS bed. Y'all got one more week without me. So, in between time, in the meantime, send me lots of love, lots of light. Keep me updated. Come visit me on Instagram. I'll be over there posting up my receipts. And what else? I don't know what reading came up. Sky is playing itself out. What reading? It's been so much shit going on since I've been gone for 1 week. Okay, but what part of Kayla's reading? Is it the one where about the business joint? Because I think I posted that. Somebody send it to me. Give me the tea. Give me the tea. Give me the tea. Wait a minute. Pitta was Elizabeth. What do you mean both? Which one? Part 1 of Kayla or part 2? Oh, yeah. Kayla called her incest something. Well, I can't see none of that, so hold up. Well, it's not like I'm going to reread on any of it. If I read it, I said it, that's what it is. Oh, it's definitely coming. It's definitely coming. Messy. I feel like I don't think drill is ever going to end. I think it's just going to move from one state to another state and pick up a different swag. But, yeah, send it to me because I can't see none of that shit. I don't mean, first off, my receipts be coming from y'all. How? I mean, I must be missing something that everybody is giving these people the side eye. I must have seriously missed something. So, but what's new? Hey, Amanda's. But what I will tell y'all is this. I ain't got to read on them bitches again. They've been read on. They're done. Is a result. Now, if they want to bring shit into fruition and be a receipt, then that's what it's going to be. Nothing much. Just kicking it with the peeps. With the fam. Lucy. ×2 on that. times 3 on that one. We not the popo. Ain't nothing we can do about that. It was done, it's done. Right now, the only person that can deal with that is God himself. No, you got lots of power. Collectively, we got a lot. Like, if we really wanted to see some shit go down, we could definitely make some shit move. Real shit. Word, because I be needing my receipts because everybody be acting like I be making this shit up when I don't. And that's aggravating. They ain't even trying to play. They is playing them games. And it's backfiring like all over him. But here's the thing. If somebody is a reader of any system, however, whether they using socks, quarters, whatever, playing cards, whatever, the validity of the reader is determined by what comes true. And so even though I've already spoken these things, I've already said it is what it is, when it comes true, I still got to point it out. Because that's what determines whether a reader is valid or not. A person, anybody can read some cards. But does it come true? Did it happen? Will it happen? And does it happen? Is the question. That is the question. That's why my new slogan is fuck clout. Facts, no fiction. I'm just saying. Yeah. But we gonna keep being some sad puppies if we don't figure out how us, the adults, as a collective can come together and create some kind of change. Because the kiddies is out of line. And if the kids is out of line, then overall, it's still an adult's fault. Because it takes a village to raise a child. And when we stop following that concept, that's when we lost control of the children. So we still got to take responsibility. Every single last one of us who call ourselves a civilized damn adult. Yeah, I seen. Let me tell you about that. That little indictment thing is because they could not catch him on their own. They tried everything. They tried throwing him up in the King Von shit. They tried throwing him up in this. They tried doing that. They tried to put him with this one. They could not catch him. He was always 10 steps ahead. And so now he's indicted. Because once he's indicted, now they know where he is at all times. Watch the shit hit the fan. Watch the shit hit the fan. Because now they have a way to keep track of his ass. Now they have a way to catch him. Yeah, that's true. But the only reason that they think that, because remember, celebrities didn't just come into place. Michael Jackson was filthy rich, but he never played like he was better than us. He never did. We always respected him, and he always respected us. So it's not about because they got a little bit of money. That's because we, as the adults, as the parents, have not collectively focused on providing our kids with an environment that's rich. And so, soon as somebody dingle a little bit of money, okay, remember these kids start from coming from nothing, not knowing what their next meal gonna be, not having cars, not having the things that they need, not having good education, and the parents too, in a lot of cases. So when you dingle money and this, that, and the third, they don't know how to deal with it because they've never had it. The foundation for wealth is not there. hmm Yeah, that mom's call the cops. They getting their ass whipped with the cops sitting right here. Because the cops ain't getting ready to feed you. They not sitting in the doctor with you. They don't take care of you. They don't do none of that. Call the cops on me. I'm going to jail. JAIL. Exclamation point. Exclamation point. Exclamation point. Okay. That could be a problem too. But when they get a certain age though, what I could say about my aunt is she was my auntie, my mama, and my friend. You don't want to cut off the point where your kids don't want to tell you shit. Because then you lose full control over them as teenagers. So you got to find a happy medium where they feel comfortable enough to come and tell you everything because mommy is not going to try to beat the brakes off of them. See, when they started taking art and music and gym and all of that electives out of school and replacing it with sex ed, it kind of, a kid ain't going to think about that unless you put it in their brain. So when they put sex ed, of course, kids being kids, I'm like, well, now that I know about that, I want to go try it. Then you have a bunch of kids having kids. And so now kids are not disciplining their kids because of them being, bad or doing something that's dangerous or something like that. Now the kid is beating the kid's ass because the kid is still a kid and the kid is frustrated. And so now it becomes abuse and not discipline. So, we got to look at that too. How many in this generation coming up was raised by another child? How can you gain wisdom if there's no elders to get it from? If grandma is 35 and mommy is 25, what does grandma know that much more than mommy? They damn near having the same experience. Yep, we sure was. Right. But you gotta look at when did mom have you? How old was she? Was she 16 or was she 30? Now back in the day, people was having kids, way in the beginning, they was having kids as early as, 14 because they was considered adults once they hit puberty. Then that got abolished. And so humans were not forced to mature. But the reason that was happening is because they didn't have all of this technology, medication, doctors, surgeons, blah, blah, blah. And they were dying a lot earlier from diseases that we don't even see anymore. But then as medicine started to grow, technology started to grow, and these things, sciences and stuff started to grow, the lifespan was extended. And so instead of people having a typical life expectancy of maybe 35, 40 years old, now the typical life expectancy is about 75 to 80 years old. And if we still survive this part of, our evolution, then life will be freaking God knows how long. Yeah, so in all things, we gotta look at all sides of the board in order to be fair. But look, whatever goes on, whoever y'all want me to read on, send it to me. Well, I was raised with a combination. So, I had the good cop, bad cop thing. Uncle was the good cop. Auntie Granny was the bad cop. And so that brought balance too. And you got to include the fact that we got all of these homes without a mother and father unit. It's just a mom or just a dad, which is a natural imbalance all by itself. Right? That's how my aunt was. But shit, she would whip my ass, and then my kids would turn around and do similar shit, and she'd be like, "Oh, leave them alone. Those are the great nephews. They can do anything." Like, mm. Again, all soft in their old age. Right, that's how my uncle was. But my aunt, she wasn't talking to you about nothing. Her shit was like this. She beating your ass. That still got beat though. If my uncle beat you, you really did something bad. Because usually he was the dude that was like the peacekeeper. Everybody went to him to get auntie under control type shit. I don't know what the fuck my son is talking about, y'all. Okay. That's still supposed to be a rule. I wish a man would beat a daughter of mine if I had one. Then he's gonna get his hands chopped off. No way. Mm-mm. My uncle was a softie with me. Real shit. Real. Hell yeah. My son wore my ass out with this birthday party shenanigans. Thank God it's over. Even though, you know what? I give them all credit, all of the little kids credit. They were actually more quiet for the birthday than they was on a regular day. I don't understand it. And I was surprised at how reasonable the noise level was here. I thought it was gonna be twerking and foolery going on, but they just was like little old people at a damn dinner dance or something. Yeah, I'm happy he had a nice 16th birthday, you know. His pops came over, cousin came over, all his little friends came over. And, you know, he was out here being 16 with a mustache. Couldn't tell him he was not grown. You know, I had to go check the fruit punch bowl, make sure it wasn't no alcoholic beverages. I wonder what is all things Q looking at. I'm literally having a conversation. How could I be sleep standing? And I'm sitting on my ass. I'm definitely not asleep. No. If you notice, my eye is very red for some reason and has been hurting all day. But it's definitely not pink eye. There's no crust there. So I don't know if it's an irritation or something. But look, and it hurts. So I'm doing this. Unfortunately, this side of my face is paralyzed. So I can't close this eye without closing that one. I've dozed off before when my narcolepsy has been acting up, but it hasn't been doing that lately. I've done that a lot of times. But even if I'm not tired, if my narcolepsy is turned up, ain't nothing I can do about it. It just happens. Wow. Well, I mean, shit, it's almost not safe for them to go outside in certain instances. Like if you go to a club, you gotta worry about getting shot at or jumped or stabbed or some weird shit happening, getting trampled. Like it ain't like back in the day where, you know, people had some respect. If they had a problem, they wouldn't deal with it until they got outside the club, and they would go down a block and around the corner and wait till all the girls was gone. Now they just get it rocking wherever they at. How they gonna say loitering for what? I actually gotta walk to the store before I go to bed because I don't want my mother waking me up. Like, when did she say that? She said that. Um, what I do know is what I got from previous readings was not for nothing, you know. Let me explain something to you about the Kayla part 2 real quick, because I went to get some shit clear too. Yeah, like how I be putting it together. So, okay. So, real quick, let me break some shit down real quick. Oh my God, it's cold down here. Wow, this boy got this heat on. He better appreciate that we got motherfucking heat. Ooh. Damn, I don't like being cold for real. In my reading, I didn't see incest. But somehow, some way, that got spread all over the universe. So I don't know. I don't even know what I saw. But let me tell you, this is the thing that I feel came out. I feel like, you know, that whole situation, the way it came out, it in the reading, it definitely looked premeditated. But I don't know if she really thought it was gonna go as far as it did. You know, the person who she was talking to, It's somebody that she definitely trusted. That was a mutual friend, from what my reading said. But it also was a, a, a level of immaturity, not understanding that, you know, Vaughn was in this position where he finally got to experience life. And it wasn't, you know, as soon as I got outside, I got to worry about somebody running up on me trying to blow my head off. I'm all the way in Atlanta. I can go to Walmart. I can go to Target. I could talk to people. I could smile. I could be nice. I could dress nice. You know, I don't always have to be a thug all day. And on top of that, I got money now. And girls are going to throw themselves at me. Celebrity bitches, not celebrity bitches, young bitches, old bitches, fat bitches, skinny bitches, whatever. So this is somebody being young and having fun. Not, you know, ready to calm, not ready to settle down just yet. Because even though I'm in this position of comfortability and excitement and happiness and this, that, and the third, I still know that there's, in the back of my mind, is like, let me enjoy every aspect of this while I can. You know? So I think that if there wasn't the taunting that was taking place, because remember, while she was pregnant, she was getting picked on, taunted. Shorty was all over the internet acting like a whole straight idiot and shit like that. Like, you know, you don't fuck with pregnant people. So there was built up, I would say, built up animosity. And you know, when we baby mothers and shit like that, we be super in our emotions, especially if we feel like we held you down when you ain't have shit, and now when you get shit, you giving them, you feel like the blessings is going to some bitch that wasn't there from the rip, you know. So I think that it was just a situation where I want my position and I want my shit now. You know, because I earned my keep. I did this. I've been through this. I went through that. I can't date nobody. You beat up everybody I deal with. You tell everybody that I'm your girl, and then you go out and do what you want to do. That's a lot. They still young. You know what I mean? They don't know how to process that. And, you know, they are girls. They're not really in the streets drilling. The boys are in the streets drilling. And so as always, we get drunk, we get tipsy, we get our emotions, we crying, we boo-hooing, and a nigga that's really low-key a hater sliding and say, oh, you know, you the sis, you could call me, you could tell me anything, but low-key you hating. You mad as hell. You want his bitch, you want his position, you want his life. You know what I mean? And she's spilling the beans to you thinking that you both their best friend. You can be trusted. And instead, she gives you that information and you go take it to a nigga that is terrified of him. Terrified. So that shit was already in plans to happen. That shit just sped it up 3 times quicker. You know what I mean? That's all it is. Like, people got to remember that at the end of the day, no matter how much money they got, no matter how much they buy titties and ass and put on wigs and makeup, all that shit is fine and well. In every generation, there was a group of fly bitches. It was a group of spoiled bitches. They not spoiled like how we was in our generation. In our generation, to be a spoiled bitch, you was spoiled by mommy and daddy or auntie and uncle, whoever was raising you. You was that top bitch because they made you the top bitch. You didn't reign power over your parents. But this is a generation where the industry determines who the top spoiled motherfuckers is. The industry is the one who give the kids the money. And so the kids is reigning power over their parents because now the kids is like fucking 20 years old putting their parents in mansions and cars. Nobody can tell them nothing. Nobody could have told them nothing. Because the parents lost power once the industry stepped in and started dropping them stacks. Like, bitch, who is you? The whole time I've been living with you, I was struggling. We ain't had no heat. We in a little ass apartment. You got 27 kids. You got 13 baby daddies. You ain't got this. You going on welfare. I'm out here looking tacky. And the industry came and dropped down. Now that's my mommy and my daddy. You know what I mean? And now here you got this boy who lived this real life for drill. He was really out there drilling. You feel me? And hey, and his lifestyle backed the narrative of his music. And we in this generation where you can't talk about gang activity unless you really out here ganging. Now, prior in our generation, anybody could have said and spoke about some real gangster shit. Whether they was really drilling or not, we just liked the art. And we liked that it was expressing a frustration that we understood from our communities. And then we went through this real nigga era where, you know, you got to be a real nigga. You can't be talking about guns and drugs and hustling and da if you ain't really out here with all of that good shit. So now this is the era we in. People who was sitting here sucking on his energy, they sucking on his energy because they don't got no background that solidifies the music that they putting out. And so they need to put themselves under or around or amongst him or his people, because once they get in that inner circle, everybody's perception is going to be like, oh, he must be with the shit. Because if he wasn't with the shit, they wouldn't be around him. Nobody's using a noggin and saying money talk, bullshit walk. Okay? If you come through and say, listen, I'm about to drop this album. I got 50 bands for you to stand with me. 50 bands, I need all of y'all to come stand around me and just be my niggas and just post up. 50 bands, what nigga in the hood not coming? Think about that. Who not coming? I'm a girl. I'm coming. I'm up there, posted up like a whole nigga, like, what's up? Real shit. That's what's going on. And these kids are so easily controlled by the media that they can tell them anything. Check this out. Look at Vaughn from the very beginning, all the way up until he was gone. And look at who is repeating everything that he ever did, trying to literally annihilate him in history and pick his fan base up. But it ain't working. And I told that individual damn near a year and a half ago before Duck died that it was not going to work. Because this is a generation of folks that's more woke spiritually than they think. And that's why everything keeps backfiring and going terribly, 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 terribly wrong. That's why I said don't do it. It's not worth it, and it's not going to pan out. And they did it, and it wasn't worth it, and it ain't panning out. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And guess what? It's not working, and it's not panning out at a bad time. Because, again, you don't play around with the lower energies and think for 1 second that you're not going to pay the piper. They not doing shit for free. Do Sprint keep your phone on for free? Same shit. They want what they want. But at the same time, listen, I don't even for him. I've been low-key with it. It's too much negative energy floating around the internet for me. I had to fall back. Yo, my mother coat is warm, but this thing just reminds me of how really short I am. Right now, I need her coat because it's cold. My legs be cold. I don't like being cold. Hold on. Go find my gloves. What? I just put my other ones on. It's big time winter out there, folks. It's not a game. Let me put my mittens on. So what else been going on out there in the world that I don't know about? Well, I agree. But y'all gotta remember, he not here. So, you know, that little boy ain't got nothing to do with all of that drama. But again, this is the immaturity that takes place. Look, y'all. It's Snow White out there. So look. That's the immaturity. The kids start getting thrown up in the mix, you know. Parents start getting thrown up in the mix. Rumors start getting thrown up in the mix. Shit messy. But think about this. You know, at his... My bad, y'all. Sorry. But yeah, what's the chances that he got a will and a trust and a blah, 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 blah? What's the chances? Slim to none. I want some pistachios. Oh, I don't know. I don't watch none of that shit. I really don't. Hey. Thank you. Newports, please. Ooh. Grandbaby is cute, though. It really is. Ain't none of them big rich. If you big rich, do you have a reason to take... Like, they fighting over folks' music right about now, right? Yeah, you should. I agree. When I blow up, that's the first one I'm breaking bread with. My family. It's all about, you know, morals.
Sound like a girl. Laura changed her voice to talk to Rosenberg like he's a 9-year-old kid.
Don't be a joy killer, okay?
Hey, Sweet Black. I don't know. I didn't read on the recent shenanigans and foolery that been going on. I'm on vacation, so I haven't looked into none of that. I'm not about to let them infiltrate my next week off. Okay. I got one more week off. They is not busting it on my shit. Sorry. No can do. Ooh, cool. I'm over here looking like a little Eskimo. They know he wasn't gonna be for none of that. Why you think all of this happened after he not here? Cause he wasn't gonna have none of that behavior. That's obvious. But that ain't nothing like abnormal. Like that happens in all the families. They doing themselves dirty. Cause when you disrespect the dead, that's when you fucked up at. That's all I know. That's when you fucked up. Baby. It is, but what's going on with them ain't nothing that we ain't seen in our own lives when somebody passed. They just fighting over clout and reality because that part, Brooklyn. Didn't I say she was getting USED? Wait till they find out. Wait till they come to their senses and realize who got everything. One thing I will say, Kayla is not lying about, is that one little strip of statement that I seen on Instagram where she said, I didn't say that it wasn't missing. I said I don't have it. That's true. That is true. They still overlooking who is really playing them. Yes, they are. The children haven't gotten it yet. They have not caught on. They sweeping behind the wheel. That's right, Elizabeth. No, they not. And let me tell you why they're not giving it back. I'm going to tell you why. I don't even need no cards for this because this is why education is key. This is why education is key. They're not giving it back because They don't have to. Legally, it is all theirs. Legally, it is all theirs. They don't ever have to give it back. Ever, never, ever, ever, never, ever, never. Okay? Because people wasn't paying attention to contracts and agreements and things of that nature. You know, nobody was there to say, yo, you might want to get a lawyer before you sign that. That part. That's why they're not getting it back. Because legally, they don't have to give it back. Legally, it belongs to them. Okay? Beats have to come from somewhere. People who understand how music industry works understand that there are certain things that give somebody else rights to your ass. Your beat, you have two choices. You can rent the beat or you can buy the beat. So that means it ain't yours, right? And if you got somebody that's co-writing or writing for you, then y'all can co-own those bars, or you cannot have the education required and you cannot own one of those bars. So therefore your bars are even rented to you. Exactly. They're all pointing fingers in the wrong direction. None of them have shit. And that's because none of them have rights to shit. Okay? A lot of people are confused about how this shit works. See, everybody is always reaching for the fast cash. But they not. Let me tell you something. One thing I noticed. If you create something or you own something or you have something, right? And somebody comes down from high up in heaven and say, hey, I see that you got this, that, and the third, fourth, fifth, and the sixth. I'll offer you $1.5 million. Most people are just going to jump on the 1.5. That's all they're going to hear. But what they're not going to ask is an important question. If this person is offering me $1.5 million for something that I've created or something that I've invented or something that I built up, that means that this person is buying it because it's an investment. It means that if I give you 1.5 million as an investment, because just people think investment means that you only putting money into something that you partially own. No, an investment is anything that you take out of your pocket and put into a thing with the hopes of returning more than what you put out. So with that being said, if that person is willing to give you $1.5 million for your music, it's safe to say that they see an open window to make double that back. Gain on the investment, correct? Can we all say aye? Is that fair? But first, in order to have that way of thinking, you have to understand business, you have to understand money, and you have to understand the banking industry to some degree. Because banks are not the only things that invest in things. Labels invest in things. People invest in things. Mothers invest in their children every day in hopes that when they grow up and become adults and become independent, that all of their work will have paid off, and now the child can provide a foundation for the parent when the parent no longer has the ability to do it for themselves. All investment. So everybody want to have a stack on their face like it's a telephone. But that's a small investment to pay for when I knock your ass off, and that should make me $3, $4, $5 million off your ass. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You know, I ain't gonna say too much. You know. Oops. They punishing him not because of her antics. They punishing her because they have their own insecurities in reference to him, period. Because no rational parent is going to have a child suffer for what they parent do. That's not how that works, especially when they got an elder amongst them in that circle. So there's something going on with that situation that we did not look at clearly. Because that just doesn't make sense. It doesn't. How did she disrespect the funeral? Maybe I missed the memo. I definitely missed that memo. What the fuck did she do? Well, I mean, let's be honest. No disrespect. But does it actually make sense to spend thousands of dollars to put somebody in the ground? They are not there. The flesh is there, the soul is not. So why are you spending thousands of dollars on that? Okay, I don't see why that would be a fair reason for her to feel some kind of way when she made it her business to keep her kids out of the spotlight because she didn't want her kid in that type of environment, which I don't blame her for. So you can't have both. You either want your kid and yourself in the spotlight or you don't. But you can't have both. Either way, they all going to be duly surprised when they calm down and stop pointing the finger at each other. They got a lot going on this week, huh? So it's definitely something deeper than what we took a look at. I can say that. There's a lot of fussing going on. I agree, Lucy. If we done bust your brain wide the fuck open. I agree, Elizabeth. Exactly. All of the drama is manufactured. All of the aggravation is manufactured. Even if it's not, it's manufactured because of lack of knowledge. Listen, they got a lot of learning to do. They all still babies. That's the only thing that frustrates me about this situation. Right. Hard head make a soft tuchus. Nobody listens to TT. See, I'm grown. I don't pick no sides. Ain't no sides. I'm not a driller. So anybody that's not from there that ain't no driller should not be picking no sides. I try to help both sides avoid each other so that they can't hurt each other. High life's good. Deuces. Shit, I'm about to go to bed my damn self. I can imagine. Either way, the way I look at it is that they are all babies. That's it. That's all I know. And they really don't know what they do. They don't know. They know not what they do, as they say. You know how that go. And of course, somebody had to come and steal the bathroom away as usual. Kids. They all do need a big mama with a belt. Not even a belt, with the extension cord. Like, I will whip your ass if you don't get off that device. Young men and little girls. That part.
Excuse me.
Where's your clothing?
I'm in bed. I don't need any.
You're not in bed. You're in the kitchen.
I was in bed, so there's no need for clothing.
You want me to show you to the world?
No, it's
Okay, then.
entirely unnecessary.
It's entirely unnecessary. I know. You know you're supposed to use salsa water and cranberry, right?
For what?
For your little cocktail you was trying to make. Because you fucked that shit up royally.
No, I did not.
I tasted it, I almost died.
You
I was
tasted
like,
which one?
the one in the picture thing.
The one right here?
Yeah.
That's sangria.
Oh, that was... Ooh. Did Pooh drink that?
Who? No.
Well, you need to put that somewhere where he thought it was juice.
Tell him that's not for him. Tell him don't.
Who bought sangria here?
Huh? That
Who?
was a gift.
From who?
From a friend.
Y'all are too young to be doing all that. That's not cute. Bring that shit in my house.
I walk away.
Yeah, walk away. In a week, I'm on YouTube reading vacation. It is too much negative freaking energy floating around the tube for me. It is draining. It's annoying. It's frustrating. And so I'm on break. Hell no. That's why that shit is going in the motherfucking scene. He got me fucked up. I don't know who the fuck these little kids think they are bringing sangria in my motherfucking house. I don't even drink that shit. And here I'm thinking that it was cranberry juice and was supposed to be cranberry juice and seltzer water that he fucked up and put cranberry juice and Sprite. Wonder why that shit tasted like well living hell. As soon as I said that, I was like, oh my god, that is disgusting. Who made that? I didn't even know that it was sangria. Bring my motherfucking kid no goddamn sangria. The fuck? Ugh. I'm telling you. These kids is too much. Listen, this is what I'm gonna tell you. Like I told y'all in the last couple of readings, did Vaughn love Asian doll? The answer to that is yes and no. Yes, he did. No, he didn't, because their relationship was infiltrated. Do I feel that Asian doll literally knew something was going to happen to him? No. Did she feel something was off? Yes. Did she act on her intuition? No. Was she put into place? Yes. Would she have been able to convince him? No. Why? Because of where he comes from. He comes from an environment where your bros is facts. Anything that comes from some twat is a no-go. Why is that? Because they have to deal with bitches setting niggas up and backdooring them every 5 minutes. Therefore, creating the boys club where no girls is truly allowed. When she started to put the pieces together, they tarnished the relationship. Why do you think it happened when they were not there? Do you think she just said, fuck phone, I don't give a fuck about that nigga, I'm going to do a song with young boy? No. She had to do the song because it was business. She has managers and shit like that that puts this shit into place. Now, was her managers and things of that nature infiltrated? Probably so. So did the other side hit her manager like, yo, I want her to do a song with young boy, blah, 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 blah? Yes. Was the intention behind that? Yeah, because it was all set up to create this narrative amongst the public that him and YB was beefing, so that when the shit went down, the blame would have went on YB. Therefore, putting a whole nother group of niggas on YB's ass. Because they couldn't catch YB. But it didn't work that way. Because YB didn't feed into it. And the people whose eyes are opening caught on like, whoa, this is not adding up. Because you done did this, that, and the third. And niggas are still alive. So why he did? That part. It didn't work. This is why he's getting indicted. Because that's the only way they're going to catch the nigga and be able to track the nigga so that they can knock the nigga off. Now, he better be motherfucking careful. Per TT Sky said that months ago. And I'm tired of saying it. I don't even want to think about it, because if something happened, I'm just going to quit. Period. Like, I'm going to put the cards down. Period. And walk away. Like, so far away that y'all not even going to be able to find me, because I'm going to be under the crevices of the earth with the bullshit. Like, I'm not going to keep saying these things and keep getting ignored to then have to see a nigga on a t-shirt. Like, I'm not about to keep doing that to my own energy. It's not even about them. I'm not about to abuse my own soul that way. Listen, all I can do is do a read, and I don't know these babies. I cannot make them believe me. I can't. All I can say in reference to YB is that I see you and I know what's up. I know the truth. This monster they paint him out to be, that's not this. It's not that. What happened was he stepped into the same situation the rest of these babies stepped into, except for he got a mind of his own. And he said, y'all caught me when I was a youngin'. Please go back into YB's history and realize that technically he a young vet in the game. This nigga been doing this shit since he was since he had peach fuzz on his face, since he was a baby. So when they caught him when he probably couldn't even pronounce the motherfucking words on the papers. Okay? But when he got older and was like, wait a minute, why the fuck do I still owe you? I don't understand. Explain. Why do you still owe me? I want to be free. I'm not even making no money. Y'all niggas is caking. You know what I mean? And he stood his ground on that. And when he started standing his ground on what he believed in and what his principles is, you understand? He started to understand the severity of what he had done. But he was like, fuck that. Y'all took advantage of me. I'm standing on mine. And so that's when the guns started to come out. That's when all of the aggression started to come out. This is when everybody started saying, oh, he a demon. He not a demon. He not trying to let these niggas knock his shit off for some shit that he technically built. This is his talent. How can you own my voice? How can you own my name? How can you own my body? That's what they're fighting about. Which is what the rest of the asses need to be fighting about. And because he's standing on how he feel and what he believe in, everybody's saying, oh, he this, he that. But y'all not realizing that this nigga's a celebrity. And every time you see him, he's in a car. That part. Why is he always in the car when you see him? Why he ain't never laid in the house like all the other celebrities? Why he not never comfortable? Why he always riled the fuck up? You ain't never seen this boy laid up comfortable. Never. Because he's running from something and he keeps trying to tell the world, but because he's an entertainer, no one believes him. And so they just brush it off. Oh, you know, that's just a theatrics. That's just a game. Yeah. No, nigga, he really running. Trying to keep himself alive. And no one is seeing it. I'm not saying that it's blatant, but we got a situation going on where people who would hear me can't hear me because when the truth start rolling out, the devil throw the minions out there. And so it's a whole lot of hoopla and bogusness going on with spirituality in conjunction with social media. So it's putting me in a position where not even just me, real spiritualists who really give a fuck are not going to be trusted, are not going to be believed, because there's a lot of fuckery going on in between time and meantime. You feel what I'm saying? Shit that's not supposed to happen. I don't give a fudge cakes. It's just shit that's not supposed to happen that's going on. And so there's a lot of distraction, there's a lot of mistrust, there's a lot of agitation, there's a lot of like shit going wrong. I don't know nothing about that. The soul belongs to the Most High God. We don't even own our soul. See, niggas out here talking about, oh, he sold his soul. He may have thought he sold his soul, but you cannot sell something that you do not own. That part. Your soul belongs to the Most High God. The only thing you're selling is your conscious mind. Your flesh goes to the devil. The soul energy that's in your body, that returns back to the source. The conscious mind and the things that the negative aspects of you get trapped in the body. The body belongs to the devil, not the soul. He can't have it because you can't sell it because you don't own it. hey, you know, everybody got to take their own path. So I don't pass no judgment. I don't really understand why it's going on. But, you know, nothing is a coincidence. Everything has to happen for a reason. Something has to come out of this whole segment of shit that's going on. You know? And those who see when it ain't making sense and shit ain't adding up, they falling the fuck back. Because remember, last year, I told y'all that this drill shit was going to manifest and turn into a physical/spiritual war. Now, those who understand spirituality know that there is no winning in spiritual wars. Everybody loses. So, therefore, you should not participate. And I will not, and I mean that times 30, will not participate. I would say so. I would say so. Because you can't sell some shit you don't own. It ain't yours. It will be returned back to sender. Sorry. Soon as the body is done and the creator is tired of waking your ass up because you wasting his time and you not doing nothing good, positive, or high vibrational with his energy that he lent you for the day, and he say, you know what, I'm not going back to that body. That shit is a mess. I'm out. Your ass drops dead and God gets his energy back. And then the witness, who is Lucifer, goes and tells on your ass about everything that you did while you was in the body. That part. See, what people got to understand about God and Lucifer is that somewhere in the teachings, it told everybody that God was the total opposite. I mean, Lucifer was the total opposite of God. And, you know, this, that, and the third. But people keep missing important factors. Lucifer still was answerable to the Most High God. When God said, where have you been? Lucifer said, I was walking to and fro the earth. That means that he owed God an explanation. When God called his wise counsel back up into the heavens so he could talk about some shit with them, who was at the table? Lucifer himself. When Jesus said, I am the light and morning star in his part of the Bible, and when Lucifer said, when they said, who are you? And Lucifer said, I am the light and morning star. Let's take a look at the Bible. All of the books. Lucifer never killed a nigga. You will not see one story in the Bible of Lucifer catching a body. But every so often, there's another name of a God that comes up, who is an angry and jealous God, who makes an agreement with the children of God. And the children of God never uphold their agreement. And he smites them away. But it was never Lucifer. You never heard that story under Lucifer's name. You never heard it under Beelzebub's name. You never heard it under Satan's name. So there's some things that need to be questioned. Yeah, that part. Lucifer has 0 bodies under his belt. That calls for investigation if you ask me. Yep, I'm afraid so. You know what I'm going to do before I go to bed that I didn't do? I'm going to eat my nightly bowl of oatmeal. Yeah, some real shit going on out here. The Old Testament was created. Wait, what'd you say? Whose testament? So the Old Testament was created under Satan's energy. The Old Testament was created under Satan's energy. Now that's a new one. I've never heard of that before. And under what basis did they come up with that concept? That it was Satan's energy. That's definitely interesting. What concept was that? Who came up with that? Lucy, you better be good. But yeah, he will literally never caught a body. You will not find one motherfucker that died because of Lucifer. The truth of what happened in heaven was there was a war. They say there was a war in heaven. Right? Okay. There was a war. I'm sure there's war everywhere. But what happened was Lucifer was the most beautiful angel that God had ever created. And he made the most beautiful music, ironically. The only one who can make music the way he did. Ironically. And God said, you know, Luce, Holmes, we cool and shit. But we both can't be popping up in here. I need you, like, listen, Holmes, you go down there and handle business. I'm going to be up here and handle business. Because both of us can't be up here bossing. God was never mad at Lucifer because Lucifer wanted to experience the lower vibrations. He just said you can't do that shit up here. So God said, listen, I fucks with you. You my sexiest nigga. You make the bestest music out here. What I'm going to do is I need to get some of these energies separated anyway so that we could create balance in the universe. Light and dark energy. Because you need both, right? Cool. So Lucifer said, all right, so what's up? He said, listen, I'm going to give you this spot down here. You set that shit up however you want to set that up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to send souls down there that vibrate at the same level as you down there. And they can determine by their choices. They are, first off, we are considered the dead. Because without God's soul, we can't have a conversation. We're not here. If he doesn't lend us some of his energy every day, we don't wake up to have conversation. So he said, I'm going to send the dead down there. That is the people who vibrated so low that they then became dense beings and became physical. That'll be us. 666, 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 6 electrons makes a physical being. Fair, fair. And he agreed that he would give us some of his energy so that we can rise from the dead. While we are risen from the dead, we were given the gift of free will. The free will of having a high vibration or a low vibration. That determines whether we stay in the physical because we love the flesh, or we go to the Most High God because we beat the flesh, or damn near beat the flesh. That's what was going on in there. Now, somebody done confused the Bible and said they was beefing and banging out and blah, 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 blah. They living oh, Lucifer is God's arch enemy. How could he be his arch enemy? How? He created homes. He's his father. There's nothing that Lucifer can do that he won't know about. He's here to sort out dark and light energy. There's no right and wrong. There's dark and light energy. If you're dark energy, then you belong with Lucifer. If you are light energy, then you belong with God. You can't burn in hell after death. You have no flesh, no physical body, no sensory system. How are you going to burn? That part. You know? Hell is here. Let me show you. What color is the earth? A big old round blue ball. And they tell you earth is a place where it is fire. Anything that comes from out of our solar system into the earth explodes. When you look at the earth from all the way up in space, it is a round blue ball. What happens when fire hits its highest temperature? It does this. Let me show you. Excuse the stove, but there was some messy cooking for the party. Ain't that blue? Right. That part. So you are in hell. Hell is the flesh. Hell is the soul trapped in flesh. The flesh trapped in a habitat. That's this thing right here. And when are y'all gonna clean this goddamn stove? How y'all gonna have a party and cook up everything and leave the stove looking like hell? They think I'm the damn housemaid around here. Which 3J is that? I've learned that Saturn eclipsed the sun at the time of the Old Testament's creation. So Saturn's energy was more influential than the sun's. I can go with that because this is all about planetary alignment and energy and vibration. I can go with that.